How to build a company that doesn't need you. Welcome back to Extraordinary Success. If your business can't operate without you, you don't own a business. You own a job. And usually, it's the hardest, most stressful job you'll ever have. For years, many entrepreneurs wear that dependence like a badge of honor. They can't do it without me. I have to approve everything. I'm the only one who knows how. But here's what I've learned after building companies for over 30 years. The goal isn't to become more important to your business. The goal is to become less necessary. Because the day your company can thrive without your daily involvement is the day you've truly built something valuable. Today, I want to show you how to build a company that doesn't need you. When most people start a business, they become the center of everything. Every decision, every customer issue, every employee question, every problem. At first, that's normal. In the beginning, you have to wear every hat. But somewhere along the way, that temporary necessity becomes a permanent habit. And that's where growth stops. Because your business can never outgrow the capacity of one person. If every decision has to go through you, you become the bottleneck. And bottlenecks don't scale. Freedom isn't created by working harder. It's created by building systems. A system is simply a repeatable way of doing something. And when it's documented, it becomes the foundation of a standard operating procedure. Hiring, training, sales, customer service, ordering inventory, problem solving. If the process only exists in your head, your business is trapped inside your head too. The more your knowledge becomes documented, the more your company becomes independent. Most owners think they're delegating, but they're really just assigning work. They'll say, go do this, but then every decision still comes back to them. That's not delegation. That's dependency. Real delegation means giving people the authority to make decisions within clear boundaries. Yes, they'll make mistakes. So did you. But every decision they make is one less decision you'll have to make forever. That's how leaders are built. The skills that helped you build the company are not the same skills that will help you scale it. In the beginning, you build the business. Eventually, you build managers. Then, you build leaders. Finally, you build an organization that keeps building itself. If you're still doing the same job 5 years later, you haven't grown nearly as much as your business should have. The greatest compliment a business can receive isn't that it needs its founder, it's that it no longer does. Think about the companies that have lasted decades. Most continue growing long after the founder stepped away because they built culture, systems, leadership, and accountability. They built something that could survive beyond themselves. That's real success. Many owners fear becoming replaceable. I believe the opposite. Your goal should be to replace yourself over and over again. Replace yourself in sales. Replace yourself in operations. Replace yourself in hiring. Replace yourself in decision-making. Every time you successfully replace yourself, you create space to build something even bigger. One of the moments I realized our company had truly matured was when I could leave for extended periods and the business continued operating at a high level. Not because people waited for me, because they didn't have to. The systems were in place. The leaders understood the mission. People knew what success looked like. That didn't happen overnight. It took years of documenting processes, training leaders, making mistakes, and trusting people with real responsibility. Ironically, the less involved I became in the daily operations, the stronger the company became. That's when I realized my greatest contribution wasn't solving every problem. It was building an organization that could solve problems without me. This week, identify one responsibility that only you currently handle. Begin documenting it, not just so someone else can perform the task, but so you're creating something much bigger. Every process you document becomes the foundation of a standard operating procedure. Over time, those procedures become the blueprint for your company. They're how you train new employees, maintain consistency across your organization, and give your existing team a trusted reference whenever questions arise. Don't think of documentation as paperwork. Think of it as building an asset that makes your business stronger long after you've finished writing it. Because every process you document is one more step toward building a company that no longer depends on you. Extraordinary success isn't about becoming indispensable. It's about building something that becomes bigger than you. Build systems, build leaders, build trust. Build an organization that can thrive whether you're in the office or on vacation or eventually retired. Because businesses that depend on one person have limits. Businesses that develop leaders have no ceiling. But here's the question. If you're going to step away from the day-to-day, who steps up? That's exactly what we'll talk about in next week's episode. Develop leaders at every level. Extraordinary companies aren't built by one great leader. They're built by leaders who create more leaders. I'll see you next week on Extraordinary Success.